All right, welcome to another in the series 28 Faces of Love. And I am so very excited because this time we're talking with Mrs. Claudia Ferguson. She's Pastor Claudia Ferguson, and she has been on the board forever. A joke. I see you as quite a bit, but I see you as a staple because you have played such a role, various roles. You've been chairperson, you've been so much. Good day and welcome. I look forward
Thank
to this
you
talk.
very much. Yes, my pleasure.
Now, could you share with us your first dealings with Love FM? When you first heard about Love FM, what was your impression? What was going through your mind?
Well, I was excited that at last we had a religious station, one that would cater exclusively to gospel and to things religious. And I thought that it would be a welcome change and something that would only benefit the nation and something that could influence, especially our young people. So I was quite
Yes.
excited. Yes.
I love that. Influence our young people, and that's where my heart is too. So, how did you become, and when did you become a part of the leadership of Love FM?
I was asked by my umbrella church group, that's the Jamaica Evangelical Alliance, to be one of the two representatives, Love. And of course, when asked, I did not hesitate. And that was about 19 or 20 years ago. To be honest, I
Wow.
can't recall the exact date, but it has been quite some time. And I have been with Love ever since. And
Wow.
I love serving the entity. And so I have been asked each year, whenever there is time and opportunity, to name a representative from our organization. I'm always asked, and I always graciously accept.
Ah, that's beautiful. So and we understand that, well, we know how it works. So for those who don't understand, that the owners of Love FM, it's made up of the umbrella group of churches, and
Right.
each organization will send a representative. So what Pastor Ferguson is saying is that her organization will ask her, and she graciously accepts. And I think you do such a great job.
Thank
When
you.
you were when you were in the position, and then it came time for your organization to take the lead, and then you now were chairperson, what was that feeling like?
I think, and again, a little excitement, a little trepidation, because you are now in the main position, you are now chairman, and our organization assumes the chair for a period of 2 years.
Right.
So it will be 2 years. But at that time, I had been on the board for some time, so I had background information. And I felt that I was ready and could lead the station at that time because of my knowledge, my long association, and also I had experience
Experience.
operating at that level. So I really was not fearful, and I thought that with God's help, I could give the guidance necessary at that point in time.
Indeed. And you did do a fantastic job as our chair, and you continue to do a great job as the secretary
Company
to
secretary.
company secretary, right? That thank you, the company secretary. Um, could you share some of the memories, the highlights of Love FM reaching out and making a difference in the country? Anything that stands out in your mind?
Some of the things which would stand out is like the broadcasts and outside broadcasts and the Small People Show by
Yes.
that time was very popular. I used to listen to that. And I recall when young, one of the youngsters who Auntie Colleen used to interview grew up and actually became an employee of
Mm-hmm.
Love. I found that really exciting.
Yes,
Thought that,
yes, that's Basilia.
yes, an excellent
Mm-hmm.
milestone because she was so influenced
Yes,
that particular show that her goal was to be an employee and
yes.
then to also come and share at that level. I also recall Nigel's vigil.
Yes.
Yes.
Please explain for those who don't know what Nigel's
Yes.
Vigil is.
Nigel's vigil was
It was a village.
yes, an outside broadcast as well. But what used to happen, he would be on the station for all of 24 hours without getting any sleep. And the persons would call in and make pledges towards the development of the station. So he would invariably indicate that funds were being raised for a particular developmental project, and
Mhm.
persons would call in. It was a very entertaining and
Yes,
inspiring production or presentation because persons would call in, some would give short testimonies. There would be music, there would be interviews with individuals.
it
So
was something.
it really was a good, and we
That's so
used to
true.
look forward to that one.
To that,
Persons
we should
wonder
probably,
why. Yes.
Mrs. We should probably have another, but don't tell anybody. I said,
Okay, I won't. If it's even for one of the anniversaries,
yes,
I'm sure that the nostalgia and all like that, it would bring back a lot of fun memories.
yes,
And
yes,
I think a lot of persons would participate.
yes, yes.
Yes. That
I
was,
rem- a
yes,
high point.
yes.
Yes. I
And
thank
there
you for
were other
sharing that.
culture programs too. The religious programs, of course. And you had a morning show.
Yes,
Yes, that was quite impacting
yes,
and some things that listeners would look forward to.
yes,
We are just sorry, but you have to move on and move up.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Oh my word. You have stirred up some memories because I do remember all of those aspects. The small people show, Basilia, now married with her children.
Yeah.
And of course Nigel's Vigil. And one of the things with Nigel's Vigil was I remember that someone was wanted to commit suicide. I think
Yes.
that was one of the things, and he was able through this whole vigil to minister to this person. And this is another thing that Love FM was placed here for, to
Yes.
literally bring back life to
Yes.
people who feel like giving up. We're
Yes.
here
And a lot
now.
of persons were influenced positively.
Yes,
And I am aware that persons, listeners, would just turn up at the entity
yes,
uninvited. They felt so connected to love that they felt that they
family.
always come without getting an official invitation. And they were happy
Yes,
to see all of the persons who were in charge, like yourself and Auntie Colleen,
yes,
Alan Lewis. You remember Alan Lewis,
yes,
Mr.
yes,
Redguard, and all like those persons. Yes. So they
indeed.
wanted to come and see those celebrities live and direct.
Yes, yes, indeed. We've been here, and it's been a pleasure, a privilege, and we've kept the banner of love high. We're
Certainly.
we're celebrating 28 years. What would be your prayer for love at this stage?
My prayer for love is that we not only continue to impact and influence lives, but we would be able to extend our reach.
Mhm.
What has happened is that now we have about 30 radio stations. In the
Yes.
good old days, I think we had about 5 or 6. I really can't recall. But
Yes.
now we have 30. And my prayer is that love will always remain one of the major stations on the landscape, the media
Yes.
landscape, and that love television also will take her rightful place
Mm-hmm.
beside the radio so that both of them
Yes.
together can influence especially our young minds and instill the kind of values and attitudes that
Yes.
we woefully need at this time. I cannot say I would not wish and pray that we find a benevolent donor who would be able to provide all of the resources that we need so that we can become a state of the art. We are on our way
Yes. On
there,
our way.
but
Mm-hmm.
we would become a state of the art entity, and all the kind of equipment we would desire, all that we need would be able to afford. And it's not impossible
Not at
because
all.
God is gracious and He owns everything. So that
Amen.
would be kind of one of the things that I would want to
Yes.
see the entity increase in market share, and we have more and more of our young people regarding Love FM as their primary station, the go-to
Yes.
station for them, that their
Yes.
dials will be stuck on Love 101. Young
Indeed.
people, yes.
Yes, yes, we're pushing for that. I thank you so much for sharing, and I joined that prayer. You know, I noticed that you said it a couple times, and
Yeah.
I join in that prayer. We're having talks on that as well. Mrs. Ferguson, Pastor Ferguson, I thank you so much. And I thank you too for sharing in our midday meditation. And I
Okay.
thank you for just being the person that you are. We have so much respect for you. Yes, we do
Thank
admire
you.
you. I personally do. I really admire you. I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
And I thank you for sharing inside 28 Faces of Love as we continue to share and showcase persons who have contributed to the success of love over the many years.
Thank you
Thank you,
for having me. It has been a pleasure.
indeed.
God bless.
God bless.
This is our love song for you. All we need is love song for you.